Hi all, today let us see whether the peritoneal folds are intraperitoneal or extraperitoneal. So what are peritoneal folds? So consider this to be a abdominal organ. Okay, so this abdominal organ is lined by a visceral layer of peritoneum. So when it reaches one end, the two folds of the visceral peritoneum fuses together to form a two-layered structure called the peritoneal fold or the peritoneal ligament. Okay, so this peritoneal ligament, when it reaches the posterior abdominal wall, so this is the posterior abdominal wall, when it reaches the posterior abdominal wall, it reflects to line the posterior abdominal wall. So after lining the posterior abdominal wall, it lines the lateral abdominal wall and the anterior abdominal wall. Since it is lining the body wall, it is known as the parietal peritoneum. Okay, so now this is the abdominal organ, this is the visceral peritoneum, and this is the parietal peritoneum. So in between the visceral peritoneum and the parietal peritoneum, we get the cavity. So you can see the cavity in between the visceral peritoneum and the parietal peritoneum. So this cavity is called the peritoneal cavity, which is filled with the peritoneal fluid. Okay, the cross-sectional image of this is shown in the picture. Okay, the picture shows the cross-sectional image of this. Okay, the organ lined by the visceral peritoneum, the parietal peritoneum, and the peritoneal cavity. So anything within this cavity is called intraperitoneal. So anything outside this cavity is called extraperitoneal. So now you can see these peritoneal folds. Okay, so these peritoneal folds are within the cavity. Can you see? So the fingers, my fingers are holding the peritoneal fold, and this peritoneal fold is within the peritoneal cavity. Can you see that? Right? You can see that, right? Okay. So this peritoneal folds are called intraperitoneal. Okay. So any metastasis, malignant metastasis from this abdominal organ, if it passes through this peritoneal fold, it will be contained within the peritoneal cavity. So the staging of the malignancy will be lesser when it is within the intraperitoneal region, within the abdominal peritoneal cavity. Okay, so if it extends even to the extraperitoneal structures, the metastasis stage will be getting higher. So this is the importance of knowing whether the peritoneal fold is intraperitoneal or extraperitoneal. Thank you for listening. Thank you.